Hey everyone, welcome back to Scott's No Grid. So today I'm having a look. I said I was at the Pylontech 3000c battery. Now I just got this as my sixth one to go into my battery bank. Now I'm completely off grid here, have been now for 2 weeks. So this is my new study workshop slash man cave, I guess, with big TV and everything on the other side of the room. So I just wanted to have a quick few words about this in general. Look, I paid for it, right? No sponsorship here. These are all out of my own cash, and I need to expand. Now, this is one of the great things about this, right? Is that they're rack mount. They can expand up to, I don't know what it is, I think it's like 64 nodes or something like that. But essentially you can go up to 8 nodes in a single pack, and then they can all be linked together in a sort of multi-group mode, which I think is really good. Now, the reason I went ultimately with the Pylontech, I did so much research before moving out here, moving the family out here, and it was really about best bang for buck, right? Now, don't get me wrong, there's ones out there that are, got more capacity, or they've got more flashier software, or they do something better. But what I found is this is that like sweet spot in my opinion anyway, is that it was, if you go anything cheaper, you're looking at less battery life essentially. So I wanted something that would have a good lot of battery life. So this design life is 15 years. I think it's got a 7-year warranty or 8-year warranty or something like that on the battery pack anyway, but it's up to, I think it's greater than 6,000 cycles, down to 90% depth of discharge, right? So that to me was great. A lot was like less than 3,000 or maybe 4,000. Obviously really high-end ones you can get more, but it was just that sweet spot for your money. So these are 3.5 kilowatts. So I went the 3000Cs, which are 3.5 kilowatt. I think it's 3.2 usable, 48 volt modules, and I think I paid, it's about 2,100 bucks Australian for all of these. And that was the other thing, is that it was locally available here, so I could get them right. Now this is upside down for those who've noticed, and there's a reason for that at the moment, because we're going to have a look inside, which will be pretty cool. Now, I couldn't actually get into where the little batteries are, but we can have a look. Obviously I didn't want the screws holding them in are pretty Loctite in, and basically can't get them out without drilling them out. Now, I definitely tried, so they're not meant to be removed. But look, a few little quirks with this, obviously, is that all the cables, so I run a MPP Solar MGX, the 550 480, what are they? The PIP 548 MGX, that's the one. Finally got it. So I run 2 of them in parallel, give me 10 kilowatts max, and they support the Pylontechs, right? Plugging in and doing the BMS, and now that works. Now I've got, I do have another video, I'll link it in here, to actually creating a cable for the BMS communication, because it is different, and I guess that's my gripe, is everything that's available for these. So I bought a $35 MPP Solar to Pylontech BMS cable, doesn't work, right? Works on the 3000, not the 3000C, and it's because they changed the pin outs, or the pin configurations essentially for the port, which again I'm not really sure why. The other thing is the little dip switch, right? For whatever reason it's upside down, and obviously this has caused enough issues for Pylontech to actually create a KB article on, make sure you switch the right switch, because it is upside down. And again, I'm not an engineer by any stretch, but I'm sure there was a reason behind the scenes as to why that needed to be the case. But to me, it just seems like, well, why turn it upside down? You know, that didn't catch me off guard, but I know it did a fair few. Just those little changes, right? Now, they're still compatible, right? You can have, as long as your master is a 3000C, you can have 2000s, 3000s sitting underneath it, all being managed as one homogeneous unit there, which is really cool, right? I really do like it. And the great thing is they fit in a server rack. And I come from IT, I've got a spare big ass server rack, and it just worked, right? Which is really, really cool. So, you know, I've been running these now, as I said, for about 2 weeks. So I've got a bank now of 6 of them. I did have 5. 5 was just not quite enough, but it's great. It's powering all our needs. It's powering my gaming, it's powering ovens and microwaves and heaters and all sorts of stuff. So it's been really, really good. Now let's have a quick look inside this. I have taken the top off. For now, and just have a bit of a look-see. So, as we can have a bit of a look in here, we've got the, if you can see down there, you might not be able to see, but essentially this is saying cell 5, cell 10, cell 15. So essentially we can, they're going to these 3, so 1, 2, 3, and in here we can actually see that it's a positive there, negative there, positive there, and it's going in series through there. So we've got the big cable connected in series. We've got our negative going into the board, and then obviously our negative coming out of the board and into the two front here, and then we've got the positive going straight from the battery straight into there. But yeah, like they could definitely, you know, there's a lot of room in here, right? So they could definitely make it smaller, but no real need. It's actually really, really neat. And I guess this is why I prefer this sort of option over a DIY, you know, buy my own LiPo cells, put them together. Not saying I do have one of those kits and I will be adding it to my array just because I like tinkering for the most part, but just having the warranty, obviously this is probably void of warranty now, but it is mine. We'll see. The 48 volts. Yeah. Look, I really can't recommend these things enough. I've been using them in anger now, as I said, for 2 weeks. Now we'll see how they go over the next 12 months. But so far so good, and they're standing up to expectations, and it's just working well. And what I like about it is I can just grab an extra unit and plug it in, right? And it just works. So obviously, just for anyone who does do that or is looking at doing that, is that the new one should be the master battery. So essentially, master means that its link port is not connected to anything, so it's automatically set as the master. Obviously, if you start doing multiple groups, then you have to use the dip switches to set which group is what and which one's the master group and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, look, recommend it. Good value for money. Yeah, $2,100 for a 3.5 kilowatt hour rack mounted battery pack that, you know, is pretty good build quality actually, especially considering I can go and buy, you know, the 12 volt lithium ions like the Voltexes or the Giants, or any one of those sort of you know, those drop-in replacement type batteries, and 4 of them is going to cost me more than $2,100 at 100 amp hours, right? Now sure, you're going to get a little bit more, but you know, that is obviously a cheaper option, and that's what I had previously before moving out here. I had a bank of them, and yeah, that's what, 4.8 kilowatt hours out of I think they were about 2,200 or something like that. But when you run them in series, they quickly fall out of sync, and all of a sudden it actually isn't lasting that long because one 12 volt battery and it's going quicker than the other 3, and obviously they lose it. Here, having proper BMS for the 48 volts, just straight out of the box. Good. All right, hope you enjoyed. I'm always interested. I will find my way into the battery packs here. I just don't want to do it on a nice new one, because if I destroy it, then I'm out $2,100 bucks. No, but I was just threading the Phillips head, so it was, I just can't get. I'll have to drill them out. I tried, but they just literally just fell apart trying to undo it. So I don't think they're necessarily meant. I think they've got Loctite glue on those particular ones that are holding the back end to be able to take these out. But I'll get my way in there eventually, and I'll do another video of that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Stay safe out there. See you next time. Bye.